The ancient land of Israel first fell under Roman rule in the year 63 BCE with Pompey's successful siege of Jerusalem. The next century and a half was a particularly traumatic period of Jewish history. Judea continued to function as a monarchy, but it was no longer independent. Judea became a client kingdom of the Roman Republic, and its monarchs were Rome-appointed puppets. Herod, perhaps the most infamous of the client kings, was installed in 36 BCE. Herod was the descendant of an Idumean convert to Judaism who managed to carry favor with the rulers of the Roman Empire. He married the princess of the royal family of Israel and eventually reigned over Israel on behalf of the Roman Empire. During the early phase of his rule, Herod massacred many of the leading Jewish sages, seeing their authority as a threat to his own. He also massacred the entire Maccabean family, including his own Maccabean wife and children. Despite the horrors, upheavals, and deprivations suffered by the Jews of Judea during this time, many continued to invest their efforts into studying, clarifying, and perpetuating God's holy Torah. Among them were two famous co-leaders of the sages, Hillel and Shammai. They and their students struggled mightily to navigate the turbulence of Roman subjugation. Following the death of Hillel, his grandson Rabban Gamliel served as both spiritual and communal leader of the Jewish people. He worked tirelessly to prevent the Jews from descending into direct armed conflict with Rome, but it was not an easy task. Roman excesses repeatedly drove the people to the brink, but on each occasion, disaster was avoided. Finally, during the reign of the Emperor Nero in approximately 68 CE, the dam broke. Assorted factions of Jewish fighters rebelled against their Roman oppressors, dragging the entire land of Israel into merciless war. By the war's end, the Jerusalem temple lay in ruins. Hundreds of thousands of Jews had met violent deaths, and hundreds of thousands more were carted off into slavery. But the Jews were resilient. The surviving population flung itself into the task of recovery, hampered as before by relentless Roman persecution. Despite devastations and defeats, the Jews lay down their swords only temporarily. Fresh tensions broke to the fore when a Jewish leader named Bar Kochba emerged and led a second massive Judean uprising against Rome. Bar Kochba achieved astonishing early successes that shook Rome badly. He was acclaimed by some of the greatest sages of that era to be the Jewish Messiah, but in time, Rome prevailed once more, and the Jewish army fell at Beitar. This time, the consequences for Judea were unbearably severe. Almost the entire population of southern Israel was destroyed, and the burned and brutalized land was left bereft of its people.